Hey, beautiful people. It's your girl, Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from LifeIsRocqi. Please subscribe and help me grow my channel. Welcome back to another episode in my Becoming a Feminine Woman series. Make sure you check out the rest. I do have a playlist. Check it out. And today's topic is he actually irreplaceable? So thanks to Beyonce and Neo, Beyonce for the song and the music video, and Neo for the lyrics. Irreplaceable. That song did some numbers in having women think about the fact that men could be irreplaceable, right? However, I've come to a point of realization as I have my male life partner, but I'm also polyamorous, so I'm able to still date, that my man is pretty rare. And no, he's not replaceable. Like, I've dated men majority of my life, and no one has been like him. There have been some closeness, depending on the area, but no one has been like him at all. And what makes my man special is he has such a gentle spirit and a compassionate heart, like his parents. He definitely gets that from them. And he's a helper and a healer. You know, that's his calling. And how many men go into those professions? Strike one. Now, again, this is something personal for me because I'm a helper and a healer. If you're not, you may not care, but that was important to me, as well as having a strong commitment to Black America and improving Black America and being very intentional about what their impact is going to be. That's what I wanted. And again, a lot of Black men talk about it. The way they walk, though, that's where it's another sign that my man is not replaceable, because there's a lot of patriarchy, there's a lot of misogynoir, there's just a lot of control from a lot of Black men who are committed to Black America. They just have certain viewpoints that I don't agree with. And this is where I needed a Black man who was balanced in his masculine energy as well as his feminine energy. I needed a Black man who wasn't homophobic or biphobic or transphobic. Again, irreplaceable. Because I'm queer. So I needed someone who supports all Black people. Like, hello. Someone who cared about the environment. You know, my man has been a vegetarian all of his life. And he's the one looking to invest in renewable energy. Irreplaceable. He's also a big kid. He loves to have fun and he's so playful. And he's going to be great with our kids. And our parenting values really align on breaking generational trauma cycles, as well as what do we want to teach them about moving forward. And the fact that we're going to be establishing rites of passage together for our children, like, irreplaceable. Polyamorous. Irreplaceable. The fact that he did work within himself to be able to be open to the idea of me dating other men, even though I came to the conclusion that I didn't want to, because again, he's irreplaceable. Like, I would have to go back into that pool just to figure out I don't connect with him. We don't have the same values. Like, why do I need to do that when I'm more interested in being with a woman? You know? So again, irreplaceable. He's artistic. He's a beautiful musician. He plays the drums, he plays the piano, he's learning the guitar, he's a producer. I definitely wanted someone who was artistic. And check out a previous episode in Becoming a Feminine Woman series. It's called, what is it called? It's about my standards. I'll put the link in the description box below. But I forgot what I called it. But it's about my standards and my core values and how I use that. Oh, I remember what I called it. How I manifested my dream man. There we go. Yeah, so I explained a little bit more about me specifically and what I was desiring in a man and how I manifested him. But yeah, there's a lot of Christian men out there, and I don't want someone who's Christian. It's just, yeah, I'm a different woman. I understand how unique, and women think they're different, but no. Like, I knew from a very early age that I was different because I was thinking about some different shit that none of my peer group was. And that is also thanks to my father, because he had me doing like self-help very early on. My self-awareness was way beyond my peers at that age. But yeah, even back then, I was like, I know that I have beauty and brains, where it was like, my friends with beauty were like in the merit classes, and my friends with brains were in the honors and AP classes. And not to say that they aren't beautiful, it's just as far as attractiveness, there's a certain level of attractiveness with men. So they've grown into themselves, I think. But anyways, and then when it came to college, I was like, oh, I'm real, I'm genuine, and I'm not bougie, I'm not a gold digger. How many women can say that? Like, I don't need my rock to be 3 times the paycheck. Like, I don't need you to pay for me. I knew that, yeah, and I'm not some prissy, like, I'm down to earth. So I knew beauty, brains, down to earth, real, genuine. I was different. And then me going into therapy just upped the level of difference more. So I was realizing that I was different. And by 25, I was still with my life partner, but we weren't in a committed life partnership yet. Still situationship. And I realized because it wasn't working. And that's because we both thought it had to be monogamy. It didn't. But that's the only thing we really knew of. So it was like that wasn't working. And I was like, okay, well, if it's not working with this man who it aligns with, so many things align, whether that's just how we think about things or our interests or our values or what our commitments are or what our vision for the future is, like so many things. If it's not working with this man, then it's probably not going to work. Like, I was aware at 25 that I had 2 degrees. I was a professional. Like, off top, that's already getting me, like, I understand the numbers. And like, I didn't need someone who was college educated, but I knew that came with a certain level of thinking about the world. Not guaranteed. Like, you can definitely not go college route and still be thinking those same things. It's just, how do you find those men? And how do you suss them out from the guys who didn't go to college, who, aren't doing much with themselves internally, So I was just like, yeah, looking at the numbers, I don't think it's going to happen. And I have to accept that. And that was a process. But yeah, now that I am in my committed life partnership with my man, and I'm still like, I was looking at the options and I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. And it's fascinating because like some of my friends, we've addressed a lot of incompatibilities this past year. And that was a level of acceptance that I had to go through and process. But some of my friends are like, you can find a man like him that fulfills all the things he fulfills and more. And I'm like, where? Please let me know. Because if you, my friend who's telling me this, is single, why should I give up my man for the hope that there's someone who meets all the things that he does and more? Like, that's that that warehouse scenario that we did on the podcast, check out It's a Real Podcast YouTube channel. Subscribe. I forget what episode it was. But we were talking about this study, and it was based in a warehouse, and there were 5 levels, and they had one for men and one for women. And the different levels was like what that person could provide as a partner. So like for level 1, for a woman, he has a job. For level 2, he can clean and cook. Level 3, he doesn't have any kids, type of thing. So for men, it was more like, she looks good. She, can have sex with you. She cooks, she cleans, and maybe she likes sports. And they were like, they stopped at level 3. They didn't need to go anymore because that was good for them. They didn't need any more. Whereas women kept going up. They kept going to the 4th level. And then the 5th level, they said, like, basically, you will never be satisfied. You always want more. And there's no more men. Like, look up that warehouse study. I forget what it was called and what the specifics were. I'm butchering the whole scenario. But yeah, check it out. Because, like, women are always wanting more. And that's one of the benefits of polyamory. Like, I understand that one person isn't going to meet 100% of my needs. And that's what I would try to tell my friends. Because I'm like, I understand that he doesn't meet all my needs. I don't need him to. It's just important for me to understand what needs he doesn't meet. So then I can look for that in another partner. And it's very much aligning to what needs he isn't fulfilling naturally lines up with more, women have more natural capacity for it. Not all, but the way that I've been dating, it just seems like it's easier, like I would find that in a woman sooner than I would find it in a man. And again, I want to be with a woman, so not to say that I don't want to be with him. I do. But yeah, like, he's not replaceable. Like, we don't have numbers, ladies. We don't have these numbers, these options to just be fucking choosy. Like, we need to always want more. And it's not settling. It's you adjusting to fucking reality. This dream, this Prince Charming, that's a fantasy. Come back down to earth. Disney sold us, okay? That doesn't exist in reality. They're human. They're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be everything that you motherfucking want in life. They're just not. Like, but if you find someone that you have a great connection with, where you see a vision in the future together and you align in that way, and they do meet 80% of your needs, then what the fuck are you doing? And treating that man like he's replaceable, he's going to walk. If he respects the boundaries within himself, he's going to walk. And then what you going to be doing? Kicking yourself in the head because you done fucked up? Because you thought all these options was out here? Where? I was dating men for a decade. Only men for a decade. Where? Please let me know in the comments below. So yeah, my man is not replaceable. He's a rare prize and a rare find. And I am so thankful and I'm so appreciative, and I let him know that. I let him know specifically what I'm grateful for. I let him know I haven't seen this before. I appreciate in the fact that this is a rarity. I let him know how much I'm thankful for him choosing me. Because I'm aware of what's out there. Are you? Are you in reality? You complain all the time about the options. So why are you still acting like men are replaceable? Clock is ticking, ladies. When are you going to get to reality? I just want to know. And again, this isn't for the single and happy who you've committed to being single for the rest of your life and you're totally finding happiness and fulfillment in your life. This isn't for those. This is for the strong, independent, and lonely Black women, as well as the Black women who are in relationships or who are married and are treating their men like they're replaceable. Like, do you want a man or not? Because he can walk. Like, he doesn't have to stay with you. Appreciate your man, ladies. Because that pool is dwindling. It's up to you. I got my man and I appreciate him. So ask yourself these questions. See what's going on there. And make sure you subscribe. Check out the rest of my Becoming a Feminine Woman series. It's going to be an interesting ride. And like and share. These are some conversations that need to be had. I don't think women are holding other women accountable, but getting mad at men for holding them accountable. Like, it's time for your self-awareness to kick in. Self-reflect. Let go of that hope, that entitlement. Come back down to earth and see reality. Because I know what the options are. And I appreciate my man. And I have one. And I'm going to do what I can to be the best partner I can for him. And that includes making sure he knows that I'm grateful for him. Peace and love.